Yes. Now the microphone is also on. Hey everyone, thank you for joining my training session today. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to do hard 20 to 40s today. I have wrong training session here. I think I have the correct one in my Garmin. Training session today. Yes. Then I do this. Just a second, I'm having a wrong workout. Let's see. It should be this one. Yes. Let's continue. So, one more time I make sure, because the numbers there are yes, yeah. So we are back from London. I'm hopefully getting better. I have had, I think it's allergy, because I haven't gotten any more sick. My nose is just stuck. I will be sneezing pretty much. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, let's see how it goes. The same workout that I made 2 weeks ago. Last week I had a rest week. As said, we were in London from Monday to Thursday. This week we get back to rhythm. So this is the same workout I did 2 weeks ago. Let's see if the rest week has done good or bad. I am typically not one of those who rest and then they make some PRs. I don't know. I do my best results when I'm fatigued. But yeah, so whatever the numbers are, today it's really great to be back training harder. So it will be 1 minute, 300 watts. It has been typically around 310, 315. And then 30-second surges at around 400 watts. But it has been maybe 380, 390. I haven't been able to push 400 watts without asking way too much from my body. As those of you who have been watching my, or more likely listening to my previous sessions, you know that I don't do my hard workouts all out. I do 3 hard workouts per week and then a race every Sunday. So yesterday it was a big day, it was race day yesterday. And on Sundays I give my 100% and more. And as you should also, you never should do your intervals all out. They are too taxing. Maybe if it's some like one time in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like this, and then it's okay. But like then it's okay. But if you do that like every workout, you just fatigue yourself too much. Always have one more interval left in the tank in your reserve. That is the my advice, and that is the rule I follow also. I haven't been following that always. Only the couple of last years I have been training. Previously I went as hard as I could, always. It didn't end in the perfect or the best. It didn't end in the best result. Injured, fatigued, injured, fatigued, performance didn't grow. But yeah, so that was a long intro to my training session today and to my philosophy in it. I will be enjoying those 4.5 minute sets, aiming the 300 and 400 watts, 1 minute, 30 seconds respectively. Long warm up, as I always do. And after the hard interval sessions, I take it some minutes easy, and then I will start doing my zone 2 training, turn off the fans, and do my heat training also. About yesterday's race, if you're interested, I have a short time to chat about it. You can watch my race if you wish. It's under folder SRCs under a sub. And yeah, it's the latest race, so race from yesterday. We were in Bhutan. It was 36.5 kilometers long, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it consisted of like, I don't know if it was something like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes of climb, which was ridden 2 times, and then we headed to the main climb. I have no idea how long it was. I didn't have time to check. Maybe 13, 14 minutes. It cannot be 15, maybe around 13 to 14 minutes. The shorter climbs, they went okay. I was really tired when I started the race yesterday. I was, I don't know why I woke up so tired and I didn't wake up before the race. I was still tired during the race. Maybe it was this allergy stuff or something. And also my nose, it just kept getting stuck and bleeding, and yeah, I was so mentally ready to give up already. Like many times during the race, I was just prepping myself like it's okay to give up. It's okay to give up if you can't get enough air. You know, try riding all out for 10 minutes, let's say 10 minutes, and so that your nose is so that you cannot get enough air through it as you like normally would. It affects the performance really much. So I was anticipating this and thinking like, yeah, I can't stay with the ladies with this kind of a nose. But yeah, so the smaller climbs, they went okay. The first one was really hard. Ladies rode it hard. And I was like, shit, what's gonna come out of the long climb if the small climb is this bad? The second time we went up the little one. It was easier. I paced it wiser. Pushed the most power in the steepest parts. And as usually, I'm sure that it was ridden also with a lower power than the first one. That is typically how it's done. And yeah, then we started approaching the main climb, let's say 13 to 14 minutes, with really steep parts, but also flat section in the middle, and it flattened out when we got nearer to the top. So it was probably 3 to 4% gradient only after the steeper sections. Camilla Alberry made a really good move. She took off some kilometers, couple of kilometers before the climb started. Something that Tatu also proposed I could try if I would want to try and secure my position in the climb with the front group. I didn't do that, but Camilla did. Really good move. She got Tatu remembered it how many seconds she was already ahead of us before the climb started. I can't remember. Was it like 15 or 30 seconds? 30 seconds, 45, 30 maybe. And also our very top riders, Mary-Kate McCarthy and Gabby Kera, took off before the climb. Mary-Kate made the initiative, Gabby followed. And because those are our top 1 and top 2, typically, no one reacted, at least not too hard, because we knew they are gone either now or in the climb. Let's let them go. This was at least what I thought, and I think many others too. Yep. So yeah. Then we went. Camilla In the first place, Mary Kate and Gabby second and third, and we entered the common section, started climbing, and just Elise went away when the steep section started. She caught Camilla, and we just kept pushing a bit backwards, and I was pushing with Catherine Führer, Kuczynski, Merle Brunet. They was, at least they were following us, me and Catherine, and then we caught them in the flat section, Camilla and Elise, and I pushed again after the flat, and there was 2 minutes really hard section. I pushed and pushed and pushed, and I think it was that moment when I got free, everyone else was left behind, and then I just kept pushing in the 4th place. So Thomas and Francesca was of course in front of me. I think she took off before Elise did. And I was riding in the 4th position and just kept the pace high, kept the power high, and I just tried to keep my own rhythm, my own power, not to look too much what others are doing behind me. Of course, I checked that my average power, like watts per kilogram, was at least what the chasers were doing. I tried to keep it above their numbers so that they are not catching me, more likely the other way around. And I made seconds, and I think I was something like 8 seconds ahead of them when we hit the really flatter parts, and it was some like couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes to finish line. So there I just danced on the pedals, kept the power high, and watched the seconds go by before the finish line came. So happy 4th place holder. It was good, it was really good. The allergy or whatever flu nose blockage I had and still have didn't matter. So yeah, it was good. I'm happy. This was the 2nd time I am in 4th position in these climb races, and typically climbs are not my thing because my power to kilograms, at least it hasn't been as good as it has been when previously. Good morning, Milan. Hey, how did you do yesterday? I am so sorry, I haven't checked men's results. We watched the race, but I didn't check the results. We were kind of busy. MyWhoosh has introduced this doping testing, anti-doping testing, and we got a visitor. 5 minutes after I crossed the finish line, the doorbell rang, and doping testers entered the house. So 2 hours around that, a bit more, I was distracted. So Milan, how did you do? I'm checking your results here. There, category 2, I guess. And you were in Wollongong. Milan. Milan, come on. Oh, there, 30-second. This is good. Let me see. Yes, really good result. You're in the halfway of the group. I think your best result is from a longer climb and from these bunch races. The same with Alula. I think you were around 30th that time also. So let's see when you have again this longer climb. I am sure you will rock that up. And week by week, you have just entered second category. So you have time to climb the ladders. Yes, yeah, good. Good leverage power, good. That means you are doing great. You keep improving. Category 2 is really hard. It's really hard, it's so competitive. So just keep on working. I don't know what you're gonna have next week, but I will find out. Maybe then you have your longer climb or something like this, so you can show maybe your expertise. We all have our courses, race courses, where we are really good, and those where we find things to do better. Good plan. Yeah, raw power is, for example, if you think category 2, I have been following because my husband rides there, and blood sections are also often or always ridden hard, and there are many attacks. Tries to get away, and it's just ridden really hard also on the flatter part. And if you have more raw power, you're heavier. It's easier to stay with, and also I think the wind has changed it a bit so that it favors in some occasions the heavier riders with the bigger raw power, at least when there are breaks in the queue of riders. If one is not drafting and it's, for example, side wind, or headwind, and you're a smaller rider with a smaller power, the one in front of you can ride away. So yeah, that is you are correct in that in some courses, many courses, it favors, but yes, then there are those really like Alula, Heritage Climb, Aussie, Outer Loop, you name it, where the smallness of the riders is more meaningful. Did Osborne give you some kilogram target to gain, or a power target, or something like how much you need? Maybe the question is more like kilograms, how much kilograms he would like you to have. Yep, yeah, 4.8 and still not yes. Yes, all right. No, yeah, and you need to remember, just as with my husband, you are so tall, and the wind, especially of course the headwind, it affects a lot your speed. So for those who are a bit heavier, bigger raw power, and they're shorter, these MyWhoosh races are really good. So your goal of getting a bit more weight and raw power, it's really good. It will help also with the tallness issues. Of course, when you have a tailwind pushing you forward, that is the point where the wind can help you more. than those who are smaller, shorter. Have you got a rest week, or do you have a harder or normal training week, or do you increase the load week by week before you can take 1 week off? How do you train, and in where are you in your like a training block currently? Doing harder, going easy for rest week? Just a second, I put my door closed. I closed the door. Because if it's allergy, I don't want to start vacuuming those pollutions, how do you say that, into my system. Volume this week, all right. I wish you could sit bones then. Happy volume week. I hope you have checked some, movies or series or other training sessions that you can watch while you train. Yes, yep. Yes, good, but really high intensity interval sessions. It is really like really much free. So, and I guess is one of those races, or are you also like racing on top of that? If yes, then you have also like 4 hard sessions. And because I am doing that, I know how taxing it can be. So I think that 4 is like at least to me the maximum for to ensure recovery and race readiness, of course. Ah. That was hard. Yeah, I understand. Five feet is a lot. Hats off. That was better. Oh wow. Yes. Yep. That is really big improvement. Yeah. I can understand why with these new power numbers the training feels a bit hard maybe. Yeah. Why do we set the bar so high for ourselves? Indeed. The perfect question. I typically always, when I do my training sessions, plan then. So, for example, today the target is like 300 to 400, and yeah, I can do 300 and a bit over, but this 400 is really like, I don't say it's unreachable, but it would be unwise to push so hard. So what I'm trying to say is that as we set the bar so high for ourselves, it's also like when doing the training sessions, you set the bar really high, and then when you're doing the training sessions and you realize like how hard the target is, how high the target is, how hard it is to reach it, you're like, what the fuck did I do this to myself? I could just put like 300 and 370 and ride 370 for 30 seconds, get back to 300, and it would be so much easier. And probably it would elicit, if not the same power gains, but pretty near still. So yeah, I know exactly what you are talking and saying, and that is also one reason if you listen to my chatter before I start, for example, harder intervals, I always say that let's just enjoy it, comes whatever, and like it doesn't matter what the power is, we just enjoy, we push, it will hurt. So I'm like prepping myself and also giving myself the opportunity to go into the interval sessions, enjoying the session and not fearing it. Because in my mind, I am fearing the session because I see the numbers and I'm like, whoa, that will hurt so much. And am I even able to do that? But then when I say like, yeah, I just enjoy, dance on the pedals, just like you can do it, whatever comes. So it takes the pressure away so that even when the bar is set high, the execution is done in a relaxed mode, not in a kind of like fearful mode, so that I have to nail the power or I'm a failure, you know. One minute, then it will be 2 times 20 seconds, something, whatever comes over 400, and then 6 minutes of rest, and it will be first session of 4. So 4 times 4.5 minutes. Again, if too tired, if there's something wrong with the body, the power is not just coming, I skip the 4th one and do 3 times 3. And let's see. Thank you, Milan. Thank you. Thank you, Milan. And I'll see you hopefully later this week. Have a great long sessions week. Hey, Chasing Cat A, thank you. Yes, this is pretty hard, one of the hardest this week. Let's see how I can execute it. Hopefully well. We'll see soon. One more and then it's 6 minutes until the main set. I do 3 sessions and then the race, Sunday race club race on Sundays. So yesterday I had a race and today I'm doing this 1 minute at my threshold power and 30-second surges. It's not like 400, it's more like 380, let's say that. And tomorrow I do another hard session, but it's different kind of hard because I do 20 seconds trying to reach 600 power as the average, then 30-second intervals, let's say 550, and then 40-second intervals, 500 plus. And I do those sets like 4 times 20, 3 times 30, and 2 times 40 only. But it's like a different kind of hard. The time in the pain zone, and of course the recovery is really long, so that I'm just trying to be as fresh as possible when I go into those hard sessions. And then on a Wednesday, I will have 5 times, so that I do 2 minutes, 340 with 1 minute rest. So 15 minutes, so that 2 minutes, 340 and 1 minute rest. That ends my 4-day block, and then I rest for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, do only easy endurance, longer endurance sessions, and a race prep on Sunday. And on Saturday I do race prep, and on Sunday I race. Then I have to be 100% ready to race, because that is the main thing for the week. And then I Sunday is my Monday, so I'm actually having Tuesday already. If you think that training week always starts from Monday. But yeah. So 3 hard intervals and 1 race. I am really eager to see how the powers will come, what the numbers will be. If it's a good one or if it's a difficult one. I have had some difficulties with health last week. I first thought it was flu, but now I think it's allergy. My nose is stuck, and that's why I'm sneezing all the time. I'm really sorry for that. So chasing cat A, you are you cat B currently, or what are you currently? What type of intervals you are doing? Yeah, because I want to load fatigue really much, so that I can get a progression in my performance. But then, as I said, I rest for 3 consecutive days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I let all the fatigue go so that I'm really fresh on Sunday. And this has really improved my racing performance, so that I don't scatter the training sessions, for example, Tuesday, Thursday, and then race on Sunday. But it's really, and of course I don't do any personal bests on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe even not today, because of the race yesterday, which was pretty hard. But the fatigue is important. Get fatigued, get the training sessions done, high enough numbers, and then rest it out, because rest is the thing that gets us more power, increases our performance, not training. It's the rest and recovery. So I have chosen to do these 2 hard blocks per week. 4.5 minutes and I am back. I will concentrate a bit for the session. Oh, oh, great. You are also in MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. So happy for that. Are you are you a lady or a gentleman? So I know which gender also. This Milan that I have been chatting nearly 50 minutes here, she's also category 2 in men, and also my husband rides category 2. He's now having a bit of a like off period. Yeah, thanks. It was really good. It was good. I am trying to take these so that they are hard, but you know, not all out, because as you race on Sundays, I race also on Sundays, so that is the day when we really need to, you and me have to have the 100% capability in the legs and in the mind. So training is always 95% correct. I'm a man, great. Then you had Wollongong yesterday. Did you finish well? Are you happy with the result? I like the course. I love the punchy courses like that one. The climbs are so great. You go in them hard, then you go even harder, then you recover like 2 seconds. It feels like 2 seconds, and then the small pump up there. It's still like I don't know, 20 seconds. It feels forever in the race before you get the really steep downhill. Oh yeah, yep. I typically register on Monday or now on Sunday when the registration is open already on Sunday. But yeah, it's easy to miss. And you know what? We had the doping control with us yesterday. So I don't know if I was the only category 1 rider in women's field that got the visit from anti-doping, but I started all the fun. They were here like 5 minutes after I finished the race. Yeah, it was fun. It's good that they are advocating clean sport to make everything more clear and visible, and no one can hide in their pain caves. It was really good for the sport. All right, 3 minutes and then I go again. One more and then it's halfway. Then it's home stretch. 3 to go. 1, 2 is the turnaround point, going home. You don't. You said that you are not. You haven't been racing a Zwift in a while. You haven't been doing these Zwift Racing League races on Tuesdays or team time trial on Thursdays. Then either. I typically race those Tuesday evenings. It makes a pretty good double session day when you do like your hard workout in the morning, and then you rest the day and you do the race in the evening, so it's I call it double trouble day, kind of a Norwegian method style of training too hard. Like it should be around threshold. I think it's the Norwegian model is around threshold or even below threshold. The both of the sessions, or at least one. But yeah, that's how I got my A there, racing the Jet RL this year. I'm also pretty interested about the acro. For example, now the acro tour is on, chasing pink, but it doesn't fit my training that well. I want to do my certain training sessions to get better. Yeah, all right. Hydro and road race. I hope there were people joining that race. I haven't watched how many join those other than SRC. Hey, I'll see you in 4.5 minutes. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Acro is good training, and those are good sessions to get a hard session in without much thinking. When you race, you don't think, at least the pain. And then yeah, SRC is the main thing in Whoosh. I really hope they will get also, so that more people will find also the other races. But that's at least for SRC. There is a lot of racers, both in men's and women's field. Halfway home we go. 2 more, and then it's only, I think it's like 40 minutes upper zone 2. Trying to do a bit of a heat training also during the cool down. 9 minutes, 2 times 4.5. I can do that. Oh. Oh, Aaron. Yeah. Are you living in the Australia or New Zealand? Because I think that in my field, for example, Bridget and Mary Kate, they are New Zealanders, and they race like, I don't know if it's like 8 or 9 their time. Yeah, yep. So chasing a day, that's why I can't get away with a solo breakaway. You mean because of because there are too few people joining it, or because there are, what do you mean, like for what reason? I don't even wanna guess. I'm sure I'm guessing wrong, so please tell me. But yeah, Aaron, I can feel your pain, or if you're in the United States, one of my friend is racing around, I think the start time is 1 or 2 a.m. For others, it's like 4 or 5. So if one wants to really race SRC outside Europe, it really asks a lot from the competitors or the riders, especially in the United States. Yeah, 40 seconds. I will shut down for, let's say, 5 minutes. Four and a half minutes. We are going home already. 2 down, 2 to go. I can do it. A bit over 400 seconds. No, not 400. 240. 270 seconds. Correct? 4.5 minutes. Yeah, Aaron, this is really... Oh yeah, and of course, because you are riding the men's category, I was only thinking ladies racing schedule, but you are men, of course, and you race even later in the evening also in New Zealand. Yeah, that is tough. 5 up in the morning, so you got like probably 5 hours of sleep or less. If it's you find it difficult to get fast sleep after races, there are some tricks, of course, you can try. Some like I know that some breath techniques that you go after the race or hard training session and you start, you know, controlled breathing, like mindfulness stuff. That will take the stressors down, give room for your parasympathetic nervous system, melatonin, of course, if you want to try melatonin, but also some, you know, natural melatonin increasers. I just read about what cherry tart juice concentrate, that if you take was it 30 milligrams in the evening, it would help you fall asleep. So there, it is really late, you will have a bad night after it, but there might be something that will a bit help you getting into sleep. But yeah, that is, I am really biased to say, and I am so lucky that I live in Finland and I race. It's like it's 9:37. No, sorry, 10:37. 10:37 in the morning is my race start. So I'm really biased, and of course because I know how fun it is. But I just want to say, Aaron, that try it out a couple of times because it's so, you get so hooked into it. I love it so much. It's so great. You see always the same faces there. There is the live stream effect. There is the commentators, Emma, Matt. They are so great. It's it's just really great. And also the prize pool, it makes it more interesting. You can earn money by racing in every category. So even though I'm biased to say, but I really urge you to try it. I am getting tired. The last set was already. I am keeping this base number, this 300 watts, at 315 maybe, even 320. So I'm keeping it a bit higher. I am not reaching my 400 target, which was also what I assume. I have never been able to keep 400 watts average in the 30 seconds. And I am not even trying to do that. That would be overreaching too much. This is already a hard session. I don't want to make it too hard. I am saving something for tomorrow, just a bit, but more. I am saving my willpower, my motivation, my head for Sunday, so that I don't train all out 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Sunday find out that I don't have any mental power left to suffer a lot. So yeah, let's see. This last one will be a tough one, really painful one. But what was it? 4 minutes is 240 seconds. So it's 270 seconds. Then I'm done. I can do a bit over 200 seconds, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. Already 4 went. It's that fast. This is still going better than 2 weeks ago. I'm producing more power. At least I think I am. All right. Now this. Oh, that is done. I really hope those can help, Aaron. And if you, Aaron, or chasing Cat A, ever need any tips for Sunday race club racing on the courses, how the terrain rolls or whatever, you need some tactical, strategical stuff or anything, just right here when I train or race, and I will let you know. I have been racing in MyWhoosh a bit over 3 years already, so I know pretty much about, I can say everything, but I also have husband who has been racing there also more than 3 years. So if we combine our knowledge, I think we cover pretty much all there is to know. So just come on and let me know. And also, of course, men's and women's races are not the same, but I'm live streaming my every race in MyWhoosh. We ride the same courses, men a bit longer, but yeah, you can watch my races, see what kind of tactics there are, how I, for example, react to some changes in gradients, what's happening in the pack. So that will, you gain strategic advice or knowledge, silent knowledge in that way. And yes, you are always more than welcome to ask anything. I'm more than happy to help. So your FTP is like 2.5 watts per kiloton. If mine is like 5, then you have 2.5. Is my work brain working well? But hey, that is a really good start. You will get faster, stronger if you want to. I am more than sure about that. Oh, thank you, Tate. Thanks for subscribing. I'm so glad. I am not pushing anyone to subscribe. I don't want people to subscribe just because I say so. So I'm really happy that you did it yourself. You found my channel worth subscribing to. Thank you. You make my day. Thanks. All right. This set was hard. It went better than I expected. Why didn't I expect a good result? I had an off week last week. We were in London from Monday to Thursday, and I have had flu or allergy symptoms. That's why I'm sneezing all the time. And I was fearing it will affect my training performance this week, but this was really good. Typically, when I have off days, I perform worse than when I am in the rhythm, a bit fatigued, then I'm at my best. But maybe the race yesterday fatigued me enough, so today it was already pretty with enough fatigued legs. The base power, let's say 315, sometimes 320. The upper power, 30 seconds. 385 maybe, or 80. I didn't start accelerating the speed, meaning power, but just when the 30-second mark came. So there is also my acceleration time in the average power. It is lower in that. But yeah, otherwise I'm pretty happy. And tomorrow I am having 20-second, 30-second, and 40-second intervals. Hey, I should be doing heat training, not cool down. And with like really big power. My aim is like 600, 570, let's say 520, 530 for the 40 seconds, like power respectively, 20, 30, 40 seconds. That can be totally wrongly estimated, but that is the target. We need to have high targets, keep the bar high enough. That will make us nervous in front of our training sessions. but it will also keep us hungry for more, for higher power, for improvement, performance gains. All right, I have around 50 minutes training time to go. I will start my heat, trying to get my body temperature high enough. If you are going already, I want to thank you for all the messages, for watching. And I probably will not live stream tomorrow, but again on Wednesday. Or then I will live stream tomorrow and not on Wednesday. Either or. But on Sunday, we go to Alula, UK time, in the morning, 8:37 is my race time, race start time. I welcome you all there. I will keep the chat open, I will keep live stream open. If you have anything to comment, questions or anything, I will be monitoring the chat and I will answer to you. Let's see. Core temperature 38.3. The curve, heat strain curve, has gone up. The trend is upwards. 1.7. Currently heat strain, so not there yet. Nowhere near. I typically did passive training, like sauna, after a training session. So I go into the sauna, nearly 80 degrees, really humid, typical Finnish sauna, and core temperature already elevated from the training. It's a bit or a lot easier to have the heat adaptation like that. Or at least I think so. Maybe tomorrow, after my training session, I go to sauna. And then something like 4-5 sessions per week. Either by training like this or by passive heat training. Heat strain 2.1. There is still a lot to do. Let's increase the intensity just a bit, if it would help with the heat strain. My legs are pretty tired after the interval session, but let's see. 2.6 heat strain. (38.4 core temperature). It is not rising. I have an open window here. Is it because of that? (2.8). When it's 3.0, I sit down. (2.9). (3.1). 4 seconds. 2 minutes left. With a bit higher power. With heat training, I am not that interested about this power what comes or what I have to push to get into the heat training zone. As you all know, heat stress means fatigue. And after a really hard interval session, it would be hard to keep some numbers, maybe not 180, but 220. So this is already a bit lower estimate, this 190 of what I would be doing normally. But yeah, the heat strain. Let's see, 3.4. I am already in heat zone 3. Core temperature 38.6. So now I just roll 30 minutes and make sure heat train keeps either going up or like this until zone 4, heat strain number 3.5 keeps increasing, and also the core temperature. It should be, it's not like I said, 38.6. So trying to keep it at that or a bit higher, but not much higher than 39. Hydration, rolling for 30 minutes. Thank you, Aaron. Have a good sleep, Aaron. And if you need to wake up at 5 also, on Tuesday morning, I really wish you have a good night and you wake up well rested so early. Catch you tomorrow on Wednesday and hopefully on Sunday when it's the racing time. Thanks for watching. All the best. This feels pretty uncomfortable, as you might either probably guess. Having such a high heat strain on you with a tired body after the interval set. Two hours in, nearly. Heat strain 4.0. Now we are talking. Keep on increasing. I can hear my heart beating in my ears. when the music stops. Bam, 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 bam. Heat training at its best. I nowadays typically take a magazine with me to sauna after harder session or easier session when the core temperature is already elevated. Sauna at 80 degrees, really humid. 20 to 30 minutes at 80 degrees with really humid environment. That's also, the seconds go past slow. Let's frame it like that. But I think it's kind of easier than this. But yeah, in the sauna it also, after 15 minutes, it gets pretty rough. You just check after like every minute how much you still have left. But hey, that is free power. Vo2Max. Vo2Max increases with heat training. Sorry about the sneezing. I think I have allergy. Hopefully not flu. And my nose is stuck all the time. I know it's not funny to look or hear or anything pretty. But yeah, we are not in a beauty contest, racing or training to your full potential. It's never that pretty, you know. Heat strain 4.5. Core temperature 38.9. I didn't check my balance, how many percentage I had left in the tank after the last set. I should have checked and told you that. I can of course see it afterwards. And this is Vo2Max. So of course it's not going all empty. Yesterday in the race, by the way, we checked that when I finished the race, crossed the finish line with 306 as my FTP. I think my tank size in intervals ICU is 24,000, something like 24,500 maybe, 24.5 or something like that, yeah. How much was left? 1.7 or 1.4? So it was nearly completely empty, but it didn't go to minus figures. It has sometimes gone to minus, and we had to a bit tweak the numbers. But yeah, 1.7 or 1.4. I think it was pretty good. Nearly everything gone. Used my nearly full potential. If you're new to watching my channel, hearing my things, I will shortly update. So yesterday it was Sunday Race Club. I have been racing every Sunday for a bit over 3 years now. In summer, winter, spring, autumn, whether it's a New Year's Eve or any other holiday that happens to be Sunday, I am racing. And I think pretty much every rider is racing who is devoted to Sunday race clubs. We race from all over the world. And I'm racing in the elite category. There are 6 categories. I am in the category number 1. I had a short break because I was pregnant. I was away last year, March, April, and May. I had a son. We had a son in June, middle of June last year, and I started training and racing immediately after. I had a bit of sickness there. I was so sick that I broke my rib bone coughing when I was still pregnant, and we had our son with me coughing like a crazy. Yeah, with a broken rib bone. But yeah, I started racing in first thing in July when I got rid of the sickness. From category 2, I made my way back to category 1. It was already in August, middle of August. I got lifted back up to elite category. So yeah, yesterday I raced. Typically I'm not that good in longer climbs. In SRC terms, longer climb means anything, let's say, over 10 or 12 minutes, because we have also punchy courses where we go up as hard as we can from 1 minute to, let's say, 6 minutes. So 12 minutes and upwards is already a long climb. So yeah, yesterday it was maybe 13 to 14 minutes. Not my strength typically. I'm more of a punchy rider, enjoying those shorter attempts. But this was already second time I got 4th in a longer climb race. And for me, it's really, I'm really happy and proud how my training is progressing. I have blocked my training. Typically, I did hard training sessions throughout the week. Let's say Tuesday, Thursday, maybe something semi-hard, for example sweet spot, on Friday and race Sunday, I started to get really tired. So, like now, I raced yesterday, hard today, hard tomorrow, hard on Wednesday, accumulate fatigue day after day after day. When we're in Wednesday, I start taking the fatigue away, and we are already, when we are on Sunday, I am rested, recovered. The big load is hopefully in the legs as a better improvement, better as a better performance. Not like it doesn't happen like this, but over weeks it just goes. And I've been doing this for some weeks now, and I can really see it. Also, of course, we did change how I train. We did one type of training for 2.5 months, maybe even 3, because there were all kinds of interruptions, so that it wasn't like 8 weeks straight, but there were some other stuff, some races during the week in Zwift, for example, not this tutorial, but these elite level races that a bit disturb it, make it difficult to follow the training plan. But yeah, so we also changed my training, and a change always elicits a new performance gains, given that the change is made wisely, of course. So both different type of training, what I'm now doing, add to that the new blocking of fatigue, blocking recovery. It is working, and yes, second time forward. I am not gonna say that I will do that again anytime soon. I'm not taking it as for granted, being fourth. But it's nice change, and it gives me self-confidence that sometimes I can pull it out. I am not 8th, 7th, 6th, but 4th. So I'm happy. I'm happy for the race yesterday. Heat strain 5.1, core temperature 39. 13 minutes, and I'm done. I am happy if you are still watching, if you already went. I am happy that you stayed with me for a while. It is so much nicer to do this training when I see that there is some comments, when I see there are others watching, or I see that my live stream has been watched after I have finished it. So thank you all. And if you have any comments, questions, you want to know anything, just write in the chat and I will take it up. I am monitoring the chat all the time during my training. I can feel my heart beating also in here. I hear it when the music goes away, but I can, yeah, heat strain is So good. You might guess how I am feeling. Waiting for the seconds to pass. 11 minutes. Candy. Candy is my weapon of choice during training. If I need something extra, I take one gel before harder sessions or in the middle of a hard interval session. Why? For 13 years, I have been eating gels. Or I ate maybe 10 years. And now the last 3 years, I have been feeling with candies, taste better, cheaper, and energy drink, one bottle of energy drink, one bottle of electrolytes. When I do this kind of 2.5 hour set, plus water. Eight minutes. Core temperature 39. It went already to 39.1. Came back to 39. Good. Heat strain nearly 5.3. Seven more minutes, and that is enough of heat training for today. I will continue this week with also doing these sweat sessions after rides, easier and harder ones, and also passive sauna. I go to sauna after easier or harder sessions for passive heat training. A realistic aim is 4 times per week. So tomorrow, if you are interested, what's up for tomorrow and you haven't heard yet, this is Vo2Max training was today. Also lactate clearance, lactate tolerance. I was riding above my threshold, above critical power. 30 seconds really hard, accumulating lactate, accumulating fatigue, all the metabolic wastes, and then at a bit over 300 watts for 1 minute, tolerating, learning to tolerate the lactate and all the other shit that comes with the riding above critical power. And also, of course, all the time the lactate eating, using machine was on. Tomorrow, totally different. I need power around 600 watts because attacks, finish line runs to the finish line. I need higher power. Of course, like doing 5 seconds as hard as I can increases the maximum power, but I need time around 600 watts. So I am riding tomorrow 20 seconds 4 times as hard as I can, trying to average 600 watts. Not gonna happen, hopefully someday. Then 3 times 30 seconds, same as hard as I can. Above 500, but how much above? I don't know. And lastly, 2 times 40 seconds, as hard as. That will also be over 400, yes, over 500, but how much I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. And if I'm feeling good, I will do some race after that to accumulate more fatigue, to have a hard session without thinking of pain. I just go and race. Of course, not with that good power that I could be doing, but because I'm pretty tired, but it doesn't matter. It's training, not racing. And yeah, that's up for tomorrow. Spending time between 500 and 600 watts with good recovery between intervals. And then on Wednesday, the same, I am accumulating minutes, not in 500 plus power, but around 340. That is my climbing power. I climbed for 12.5 minutes, not yesterday, but the week before, with 334, and my 14 minutes plus 30 seconds or whatever was 330. So that is my, and that was average power, not the NP, not normalized power. I don't remember what it was for yesterday. We had a flat part there, which dropped the numbers. So the average power for yesterday, let's say for 14 minutes, I think it was something like 325. But there is the flat part, and I don't remember what was the, I don't know what is the NP. But yeah, so I am accumulating time on Wednesday in my climbing zone, 330, 340. I do 30 minutes in total, intervals, like 5 times 2 minutes, 340, rest 1 minute. That is 1 set. So 3 times, 5 times, 2 minutes, 330 to 340, hopefully 340. That is what I've been doing lately. If I'm really tired on Wednesday, then it will be 330. It doesn't matter. It is the 4th hard day in a row, so it can be whatever it is. But I am accumulating fatigue in that zone. Spending my time there, making that power zone 5.5 watts per kilogram or even more. 5.6, 5.7 as my home terrain, where I feel good, strong, at home when I race. All right, my training session has ended already. Thank you so much for being here, either live or watching this some other day during this week. Have a really great rest of Monday. I'll see you hopefully later this week. Have a really great week. Ciao.